Hi everyone and welcome to this Microsoft Fabric video series. I am Nived Verma, Microsoft Certified Trainer. And in this video, I would like to show you how do we create a workspace and later on configure this space for importing some artifacts into it and so on. Let's go ahead and first of all see how we go about creating a workspace. This is my Fabric infrastructure. I have already got a Fabric subscription and I have got my default workspace called as my workspace. Now I can go to this workspaces option from here and I'm going to create a new workspace. And in this new workspace, you can see that I have create workspace and here I need to provide a name for this workspace. Workspace is a logical boundary in Fabric where all the works are done. Whether you are doing data engineering project, whether you are doing Power BI or data science or anything, you will need a data lake or one lake connections or everything. There is a boundary which is called as a workspace. And this workspace we are creating for the team collaboration so that my team can work in this workspace and create their own items. I will name this workspace as Food and Sales Project Workspace and I can go and click on apply. So once this workspace is created, we can configure a couple of things with this workspace. First and foremost thing, I would like to upload some file over here and I can click on upload and go to browse and select my PBIX file from here and click on open. Now Fabric will automatically upload the different artifacts of this file and you can see that I have got 3 items here within this workspace: a food and sales project report, a semantic model and a dashboard. Remember, these are the 3 files which I have in the development workspace called as food and sales project workspace and my team will be working on it. Now this particular set of files, they are connected to a backend database and we can always configure the credential of the backend data source rather than database. It can be database as well, so that I do not face any error when I try to access or when my services try to access data from there. I will go to the settings and I will go to the Power BI setting because this is a Power BI project, and I can go to the semantic model and go to the data source credential. Remember, there are several other options also which are available here for configuring the semantic model related settings. I go to the data source credential and I can click on edit credential and I will select the authentication method as anonymous for the simplicity of this project, and I will make the privacy label as public. However, you have more granular control over the type of authentication method that you would like to use and the access label to the data source as well. We click on sign in and you can see that it is saying OData source has been updated. So now my workspace is ready to access the data source and I have access to all this information, all the data that is available for my workspace over here. So I can switch back to my workspace from here. So all my items are available to me in my workspace. Do remember that in this workspace we can also create other items because this is using the project which is a Power BI project. I can go and add several other items over here. You can see more options here, and then I can also use Lakehouse or notebooks or anything that I wish over here. However, at the moment, to understand the application lifecycle management, we have just added a simple Power BI project and it has these 3 artifacts and we will be working with these 3 artifacts as we progress further. So this is how we can load the items into the workspace, and in my next video, we are going to go ahead and see that how do I connect my team's development workspace, which is my food and sales project workspace, to the Git using the Azure DevOps.